Good Monday morning to all of you. March the 2nd. It's hard to believe that March is already here. This is a very important week in the life of the School of Education. And one of the reasons is because we will host the grand rounds on Friday at 1 o'clock in Ayers 355. You have received information about this already. Last year, Provost Shelton, former dean, of course, of the School of Nursing, decided to call her immersion session with each school and the library as grand rounds, modeled after what happens at the changing of shifts in hospital settings. So our opportunity to showcase what we're doing in the School of Education is coming this Friday. A few things that I want to add to what I've already said and sent out to each of you about preparing for a report for this coming Friday is, number one, just remember that you will be speaking to an uninitiated audience. We do not expect that deans, nor provosts, nor even acting president, and by the way, Dr. Killingsworth will be accompanying Provost Shelton to this meeting. We should not expect them to understand the lingo that we use in education. So be very sure that you do not use acronyms without defining them, and that you speak to what you consider to be an uninitiated audience. Now, we're all of a nature that if we sit in a presentation, we do not want to show that we're not in the know by raising questions. So just because those who attend do not raise questions and ask for clarifications does not mean they will understand. So assume that they do not understand everything about education and what we're doing, and so be very clear and speak to, as it were, an uninitiated audience. I will give, and Dr. Bevanese will give an overview of our mission and our vision, particularly related to our theme of world-class standard. And I say to you that under the umbrella of world-class standard, you need to perch your thinking. We have the opportunity to showcase, and here is, in general, what I would hope you would prepare from your department and programs. First of all, we want to showcase highlights, good things that we are doing at the current time. One simple example that we have touted quite often is our EdTPA success. Now, we don't want us to revel in the success. We might want to share briefly, the kinds of support that we're giving to our students to assure that they reach that world-class standard. So we want to highlight things that make the School of Education, that make us who we are, and indeed could be considered reasons why we're the best. Also, we want to major on what kinds of responsive improvements we have been making and are making. For example, we will be discussing the Literacy Act and upgrading our reading expertise. Dr. Bevanese will talk about the LETTERS program. Dr. Stobbs may insert some of that, but we don't want to double dip too much there. But Dr. B, Associate Dean, will talk about the LETTERS and the Literacy Act and how we're trying to respond to that. So we want to highlight what we're doing and how we're on the cutting edge and how we're a leader in the state. We want to do that. The second thing we want to major on, in my opinion, is what's coming down the pike. We know secondary ed is preparing the middle grades program proposals, and those need to be forthcoming soon. We're working on a computer science proposal. There are other things that we may be doing. So major on the highlights and on the plans, pardon me, going forward. Also, we've been tasked with the responsibility of naming our priority needs for the School of Education. And certainly you can do that in terms of programs and faculty. We are also called upon to give 5-year trends in enrollment and our retention and completion data and any other specific outcome information that we want to make. Dr. Babanese will be talking about the CAPE accreditation process as well as the state program approval process. I think we need to shy away from the word acronym CHIP. We need to talk about our state approval program approval process and how rigid that is and what we're doing to accomplish that successfully. Lisa Light and Teacher Education Services are pulling data for us regarding enrollment and completion numbers. And so we will have those, and we'll share those by school, and then I'll break them down by program. As far as the Family and Consumer Sciences are concerned, that data will also be pulled for Ms. Mitchell's programs in FCS and BME and CTE. And then Lynn and Dr. Thornburg will need to be able to generate that kind of information regarding enrollments in the other concentrations that are not education concentrations, because that data will not be contained in the Title II report that Teacher Education Services will pull. So you'll need to talk about your total enrollment, your completion in each of the concentrations, as well as any planned program, new programs, tweaks of present programs that you may have. Also, the needs of the program. And of course, Dr. Thornburg, you and I have been talking about that as well as with the provost and the institution. And so there will be no surprises there, regardless of how much you want to talk about and in the kind of depth of need that Mason Hall East and the program has, both for personnel and for facilities as far as recruiting is concerned. I don't want to belabor this point. I'm just saying this is a unique opportunity for us to showcase our School of Education, and I think we need to place the emphasis on where we are and what kind of improvements we are currently making, and then what kind of plans we have for the near future. And then I and Dr. Babanese will be projecting some long-term goals for the School of Education. We will certainly entertain the subject with the provost and the acting president about relocation, potential relocation of the School of Education, or updates on this building, or whatever. Those are important things that they will want to hear, and we will want to hear from them. I hope you have a great day. This is not exactly the kind of morning musing that I have been sharing with you, but we'll get back to more encouraging, philosophical, cutting-edge kinds of things next week. But this is an important week, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday afternoon in AIRS 355. I appreciate your contributions to all of this process. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. Let's get all these reports finished and into my office by Tuesday afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, I will compile them, and we will do a review in Department Head Directors meeting on Wednesday. Thank you very much.